It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas. Milton Glueck here along with Dr. Calvin Finch, Mark Peterson, and we're ready to talk gardening with you. Now, I encourage you to come on out to Milberger's at 1604 on Bulverde Road and enjoy yourself and ask your gardening question in person, or you can just call us at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. That's the number to call. Be a part of the show. And when they come by, they can see all the beautiful Christmas trees. In fact, is that okay to start there? We'll start with the fresh cut. Mark will talk about that, and we'll throw it to Mark to talk about the...
Well, there's a few
the living
blooming flowers here to notice.
Yes, there are.
Unbelievable, those cyclamen. Wow.
It's actually, if you're on the porch and you're out of the wind, it's a beautiful day here.
Yeah.
It's just, we're glad we're out of the wind. But anyway, yeah, so, well, why don't we start with that? And you got an interesting comment about your article.
Oh, yeah. So
we'll start with that.
One of the customers came up and said that he and his wife were debating about the living Christmas tree versus the regular Christmas tree.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, yeah, that's a tough choice because these cut Christmas trees are so beautiful, these firs. And the living Christmas tree, of course, that we emphasized in the article is gives you kind of a double bang for your buck. You get a tree that you can decorate, and then you also get a tree that will grow in your landscape, including Leppo pines, Italian stone pines, several of the Arizona cypress varieties, and of course the smaller ones. The herbs, whatever the one.
Yeah, the rosemary is a lovely one.
Yeah,
lovely
it's a cute little thing for an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I found a couple of boxwoods that were shaped into Christmas trees.
Are they here?
Yeah, I found them a little bit later on yesterday afternoon while I was shopping. So yeah, we have some, and then you had mentioned some junipers.
Yeah. Yeah, junipers make a good living Christmas tree too.
And I like one that's called Blue Point. It's very common, but there's other junipers.
Easy to grow, attractive, disciplined. Yeah, it does very well in our situation.
So yes, this is wonderful juniper growing area, as some people may realize in the next couple of months. It's beautiful. Juniper.
Oh, he's bringing up the air and
the pollen of the male juniper, otherwise known as cedar.
Yes,
but that's one of that's what the article talks about, is the living Christmas tree, and I'm kind of partial to that because I've had good luck with a deodar cedar. And also with the Arizona cypress. Both of them now are about 30 feet tall in my landscape. I would expect the deodar cedar is expected to get taller, but in my soil, limited soil, it grows at about the same rate at the Arizona cypress, and I think about 35 feet is maximum.
Yeah, so I kind of like it. They're both growing at the same pace, which means that the deodar is a little bit more restrained, and I don't think it will get the gigantic ones we see in Monte Vista.
The Arizona cypress has kind of a natural Christmas tree shape.
Yeah, that's why I like that.
If you grow that in the sun, and that's where it prospers is in the full sun.
You can use it as a Christmas tree for a very, very long time.
So why wouldn't you want a living Christmas tree, or what kind of cautions should you take? I know you talked about that.
You gotta have space.
Okay.
Because you're a lot of these trees. Now you do have some options that juniper is not huge, and there's some smaller options. But if you want the pine, and that's evergreens that we're talking about, in the Arizona cypress and the Italian stone pine, Japanese black pine.
That's another one.
The Deodar Surdi. Yeah, that's fine. We talked about the Japanese black pine yesterday, and in the Northwest, what's it do? It goes to about 100 feet tall.
Yeah. So out in the mountains in the Pacific Northwest, California, it can get very large. Here, not so much.
Yeah, 20 feet is expected. Now, some of the other ones, if you want to see some of these trees, the bases, the Aleppo pine and the Italian stone pine, and I think Japanese black pine, there are quite a few of them growing on the bases. Mark and I were trying to figure out. We did some projects. 15, 20 years ago.
No, 20, 25 years ago.
And then on the basis when we were inventorying these, and there were some, I remember the Aleppos as being straight and tall, and the needles upright. Italian stone pine kind of more of a spread, but they very, very attractive. And if you got the space for them in your landscape. Now, if you want a smaller one, you use that blue juniper that Mark talked about, or Japanese black pine,
or a lovely rosemary.
Yeah, very well. We giggle about that, but they prune those up. They're very attractive, nice shape, and then they'll bloom in January probably, and you can put them in a container or in the garden, and they'll last forever here in San Antonio. So it's just another kind of a neat option to have the living Christmas tree. And then here at Milberger's we got a pretty good selection to choose from, and gives you an opportunity to get access to the pine trees that people keep talking about and wishing they could. Now, the article also mentions, and Mark is our tree expert, but I hesitate to to suggest that anybody plant an Eldorica pine anymore, or what other thing do we call it?
Afghan pine.
Oh.
Yeah, because we've had so much trouble keeping them alive, and the weather. And then of course, loblolly pines are acid lovers, so that's one that we used to have as live. But
the people will travel down to Floresville and go, oh, look at all those wonderful pines, and then try to grow them again. No, that's a loblolly. That's a drought-resistant loblolly from the Texas Forest Service that's growing in sand, acid or neutral. Down in Floresville, so we can't grow them here.
We've had that experience in my neighborhood. We had a couple of neighbors just close to me that I think that when they started, they had 7 or 8 very nice looking loblollies. And
when they started, operative words.
They all of them made it about 3 years, and then after that, in 3 years, all of them were done for because they can't tolerate
a lovely chartreuse color.
Base.
For their needles.
Is that same as brown when they die?
No, it's a lovely yellowish green.
Winter color all year round.
You know that deodar cedar. If you're kind of inclined towards spruce or you're homesick for spruce. That one comes close.
Yeah.
Do we have Mark? Do we have any here? Did you get a chance to look?
I swore I saw some in the past, but I didn't check yesterday. And
I know we had some in the past because that's where I got mine. But well,
I am sure we do, but I won't guarantee.
We'll check.
Yeah, we'll check during the break. 210-308-8867 is our number. 210-308-8867. Give us a call and let's talk gardening with you. And Mark, you want to hit on some of the... You do a great job talking about the fresh cut trees.
We have some fresh cut trees. We have two main ones. I think we have a few nobles out there, but our main two are Fraser firs and Nordman firs. Nordman.
Okay.
Yeah, Nordman. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that Michigan accent came in there. That I just slur everything together. Nordman. Now, the Nordman is native to northeastern Turkey and the Caucasus, and so. But it's one of the. It's the number one, not one of. It's the number one brand in Europe because it retains its needles. And it has less scent, pine scent. For those who are allergic or do not like pine, that's the tree for you. That's a live cut tree for you.
That's hard to believe, not like that pine smell.
I know.
Yeah.
But there are people allergic to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Milberger's was really one of the first people in San Antonio to bring that in, to kind of have that
correct.
sensitivity. You go, okay. Maybe some people don't want that. Let's check this one out. And it's been popular.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then and then the other one is that we have in quantity are the Fraser fir, or is the Fraser fir. Now, Fraser fir has been voted by the National Christmas Tree Growers Association as the number one Christmas tree because of needle retention. It's surprisingly, though, in its native state, it's kind of endangered, but we make up for it by growing lots of Fraser fir Christmas tree plantations. So it's kind of an unusual thing.
Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah, they're
beautiful. They're beautiful, lovely.
Nice
Nice shape. Retain their needles, and being firs, their needles are not sharp. And they're situated in such a way that they can really hold a lot of ornaments and things like that, and lights.
Yeah. So and we don't want to short circuit one of the real attractions. Of course, the staff is aware of the characteristics of these trees and can give you the information, but you get access to that Christmas tree. Stand.
Mm-hmm. I fumbled around with that yesterday. Yeah, stand.
And it is, if you had trouble with your Labrador knocking your tree over, or if
cats.
Yeah, these don't get knocked over. They're manageable. They're attractive. And
they hold
easy
a lot
to
of
put
water.
in.
Yes, they hold a lot of water. What did I call them? Robust yesterday, maybe?
Yes, I think so.
And you buy one once with your tree, and then you just trade it in every year that you want to use it.
Yeah, it's a real good
nice
deal here at Milberger. So,
and staff will load it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want any accidents on the way. So we have professional staff who can load it up
on your car, in your truck, whatever you need. So I have a weird question.
In your Camry.
Oh, no, not you, Milton.
I know. So you mentioned the Fraser firs and the endangered part. Are there programs that sprout up, no pun intended, on trees to protect them and to plant them?
That's they are native to the Appalachians, and so there's a lot of state forests, and of course the Great Smokies are in there, and so the climate and the environment is changing, so they're having to find ways to help them along. And plus there's this invasive species, non-native invasive species that are affecting them at the lower elevations. It's called a woody aldelgid. It sucks the life out of everything.
It does what?
Basically sucks. It's like a big fuzzy mealybug.
Oh, okay.
Or scale. It's more people are familiar with the mealybugs and scales, so it's called an eldelgid.
Well, I know, like for animals, you get on the endangered species list and things happen. I don't know what happens with trees.
Yeah.
Well,
so
you can even get on the. There was another discussion about the monarchs.
Oh yeah.
And the endangered. In fact, my column next Saturday talks about issues that knowledgeable gardeners, which almost all of them are. If you're a successful gardener, you're very knowledgeable about the environment and how
you may be knowledgeable
and the nature,
but not successful.
But that's just one of the many issues that you might want to consider participating in. Is you can take action to help improve the monarch population. You can also take action on that endangered species activity too. There's just lots of opportunities, and not just monarchs, but a lot of topics. That should be an interesting discussion we have when we get to college.
So the short discussion on it is, well, what can you do for monarchs? Well, you can plant milkweed and you can plant pollinators. We always forget about the pollinator part. So there's lots of pollinators here at Milberger's, by the way.
Especially here in this part of Texas, because the monarch migration kind of channels through here, and if you listen to the show, you will always hear us talking about, well, gosh, are they going to make it to the Mexican wintering grounds, because they're here at the end of the migration and they're lingering, and they've got that long flight still, and it's cold weather. So that's the pollinators are pretty important. At very least, we want the monarchs to be able to find some nectar here and get filled up so they can make the trip. And yesterday we said, well, we think all the monarchs are gone. Of course, the minute we said that, they flew in here.
All right,
let us know.
You know what I was thinking of is if they need some fuel on their trip down to Mexico.
Yeah.
We have some hot wassail in the cashier. We put it in a little shallow bowl.
Do monarchs like hot wassail?
Who
doesn't?
Who does like hot wassail?
So what we do is we just need to put a little hot wassail on the
out of the wind.
Okay, out of the wind.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
got to be sheltered a little bit.
Okay.
And a very shallow pan with some rocks in it, and just fill it up with hot wassail.
Well, you guys are making fun of that, but I
am being facetious, but it is true.
Would like that?
Some of the butterfly species would, if you spilled some of that wassail out there, they'd be right on it.
Yeah.
So,
and all of them go after the water.
Yeah.
That's
an important part. We forget about that. Also, they like to lick up clay. Or clay. Now, with moisture with clay, that they get some salts out of that. And so, but water is always important, and we forget about adding that to the environment. And it's shallow saucers with flat rocks in it.
Hey, that's another one of the pretty good Christmas gifts.
What's that?
Bird baths.
All right, well, hang on to that thought. We're going to take a quick break. We'll talk about Christmas gifts, and we'll take your calls. Do we want tomato reports? Mine are still hanging on, but they don't seem very happy.
Well, they don't like this kind of weather.
Oh, no, they will not like this after this next week.
But
right.
They're doing fine.
Cool. Well, give us a call and give us a report on your garden, or you give us your questions, 210-308-8867, or why don't you tell us some ideas on Christmas gifts, 210-308-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery, 1604 Boulevardy Road, on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 210-308-8867. 8867. We want to hear from you and find out what's going on in your gardening world at 210-308-8867. Dr. Calvin Finch, Mark Peterson, and Dr. Calvin Finch. You want to talk about some Christmas ideas? You were talking about the feeders and the water things, I think, before we went to break.
Well, one of we talked too about potential projects for gardeners that they're well suited for and that would contribute to the environment. And one of those is providing some water for birds and butterflies. And all it takes is a bird bath. And those bird baths can be pretty artistic, or they can be pretty simple. The ones that work best are, well, I like those kind of cement bird baths with the shallow, and the birds seem to like those very well. But you rinse them out and refill them every day, and the birds, you can expect 13 or 14 species if you've got plants in your with just a regular bird bath. And if you got a recirculating pump, you might, during the migration, you'd get double that. And these recirculating pumps are amazing. They just keep working and working, and all it takes is you just stick them in the bottom of your bird bath. And now they can be a solar powered if that's what you're into, or the ones I like because they're easiest is there's to plug them in if you got it on your patio or
if you got electricity on your
or a battery. Sometimes they're battery operated.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
So,
and they're only about, there's someplace between $30 and $50 and last a long time.
I wonder if they make the cameras. I know they do for the bird feeders. I wonder if they do for the bird baths.
What cameras?
The bird bath cameras?
Oh, yeah. I mean, as many cameras as they advertise.
Okay.
I mean, all you got to do is look at your internet, and
are you getting lots of ads for
15 or 20? Yeah, they'll say we've evaluated 15 different. 10 of them are from China, and 5 aren't. And
I see people posting pictures online of and they know the birds. They think they do. I don't know. And they'll talk about the cardinal that came, and it's posing for pictures. For I don't know. Anyway.
Well, and gardeners, there's some gardeners that I know that they've developed this relationship with some of the specific birds that come to their feeders and to their bird baths. They recognize, she's back, or look at the finches are back for the year, or the goldfinches are back for the year. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting situation. And if you got kids or grandkids, that also they seem to really be fascinated by it. But that's a good Christmas present to consider.
Do you have a camera?
Oh, both.
Do you have a camera?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. I have my windows in front of my office.
Okay, so yeah, you don't need a camera.
It's a passive camera.
I see.
Yeah.
Although
that's what those are called.
I also have windows where I sit and have my coffee in the morning, and I told you about that like a week ago. I kind of wish I didn't have those big glass, because I looked outside and there was a coyote.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Looking in, and there my little 17-pound West Highland Terrier didn't know whether she should attack the window there or get behind me and hide.
The coyote's sizing you up.
Yeah.
I wonder how fast he is. I wonder if he can get away or not.
But
but the one thing about bird baths, you always have to remember, a lot of people have this vision of this Victorian garden with lots of plants underneath the stoneware and what have you, lush and everything. No, bird baths must be completely free from any kind of undergrowth. So a nice flat stone, some pavers, or a big stone or something like that, and then the bird bath on top.
Well, you know why? You may have different reasons, but...
Well, I have the cat reason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always say at least 6 feet away from the shrubs so that the cats can't use it as a launching pad. But if they're 6 or 7 feet away, the birds can still use it as a place to hide from or to escape the hawks sometimes, the Cooper's hawks. Although my dove yesterday.
What is happening? What is happening in your neighborhood?
Tell us another story, Calvin.
It did not. I was sitting in my office window and had hit the bang, and it just jumped, bang, and that Cooper's hawk had picked off a white-winged dove, and that dove the hawk was the same size as the dove. The hawk knocked it down, and it went down and got it, took off. But it's one of those situations where you have to say, well, it's like Lulu and the
hornets or the wasps and the caterpillars. Yeah.
It's part of nature, and it indicates that there's a more of a complete situation there. So you have predators, and you have the birds that you're feeding, and you have the butterflies that you're attempting to provide nectar for.
Did you talk about Judy, and did you have roadrunners too, since we're on coyotes?
Oh, yeah.
You have roadrunners at your house and coyotes?
Well,
do you find anything that says Acme on the outside, the Acme bird feeder?
From Walla Walla, Washington?
Sorry.
Well, we can talk about it is a pretty interesting story about the roadrunner. But let's just on the bird baths. Yeah. Basically, you just rinse them off and refill them once a day, and you don't have a problem with the mosquitoes. Because they, especially when the sun's out, because between the birds splashing them out, the water and the evaporation, they dry out at the end of the day, and then so you just fill them up, and that works very well. And you can end up, Mark talked about that kind of that display situation. You can end up with it's kind of cool to have 5 or 6 bird baths.
Yeah,
and kind of a scenic look there, and the birds take advantage of them, and they look attractive, and they can be quite attractive here. I haven't reviewed the bird baths we've got here, but I know we have quite a few at Milberger's, and your favorite nursery, even if it's not Milberger's, probably has some too, and our allies at the bird. Our friend.
Wild birds.
Wild birds.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, cool. Hang on. So we'll take a break from bird baths and talk about other Christmas gifts and stuff.
You read my mind.
210-308-8867 if you've got an idea. 210-308-8867. And we'd love to hear from you. And you tell us what's going on or give us some ideas for Christmas gifts. All right, what you got there? You got some more ideas?
Oh, I get Calvin's article from December 6th.
Okay, last week.
Great gifts for gardeners and butterfly fans. So, what I was really intrigued was this new one that you mentioned. It's native host plants for Texas moths.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind
of... The book?
Yeah, by Jim and Lynn Weber. So I don't know what publishing house that is, but that sounds like a neat book.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those we mentioned that it's there's 15 times as many moth species as there are butterfly species, and so that's a topic that we haven't explored as gardeners as much as we have the butterflies, and just a whole bunch of opportunity there to identify them, and also. To help provide an environment that they prosper in. Some of them are pretty spectacular, some of those big do some damage to our plants. But they are. It's an interesting book, and it's an opportunity to help your gardener, if they have an interest in moths and butterflies, to identify those that are here in San Antonio. San Antonio is a great place for not just bird watching, but for butterflies and moths.
Yeah, we're beautifully located for everything that kind of.
Yeah, we're in that
sweet spot.
that channel of transportation. We're also close to different borders of different environments and plant covers. Mark's always talking about, the border here with the Blacklands Prairie.
So all the different ecosystems or ecoregions they call them. We're at the center of 4 or maybe even 5 if you're generous, riparian. Sometimes they'll throw the creeks and rivers in. But all different kinds of plants, all different kinds of wildlife, fauna associated with the flora. So it's very unique. I'm not going to say nowhere else in the United States, but pretty close. We're pretty unique.
It's great, and here at Milberger's, we emphasize that we try to have as many species, especially the native milkweed species, and we try to have always want to have the nectar plants, so that for the butterflies, and then of course for the birds, we've got the cover plants, and also those evergreens that we talked about, the living Christmas trees, and they're a great source of cover and feed for the birds. And then let's see, we got an aqua, we got so what are some of the other tree species, Mark, that really your Mexican buckeye and Texas persimmon.
Yeah, so a lot of the fruit bearing ones. They're very nice.
And one of those we talk about using our battery operated chainsaw on and stump and vine killer hackberries is one of the best bird food suppliers.
Not only bird, but all animals of all kinds, of all stripes, if you will.
So should I feel guilty about cutting it down?
Yes, you should.
Or you should at least maybe if you got the space to reserve a little bit of space, corner or backs for some hackberries and some mulberries.
There are some places that border up to the neighbors and they have lights on, so we'll probably keep them up there because they block the light. But it's been cool. The ones we took down, I actually planted Esperanza and the Mexican bird of paradise and stuff. So I'm waiting for next season when they finally kind of get a little bigger. But yeah, they gave me places to plant stuff. Those hackberries. I'll be okay.
No, right. I don't let Mark come in my yard anymore because
why?
Because every time he comes, then my neighbor brings it to his attention that I've got some invasive plants there. That Chinese pistache that we thought were not that invasive 15 or 20 years ago, but they appear to be. But the birds love them. Gosh, if the female plant is that right? Produces a ton of berries.
One of the times was when we were doing a video. And it was pointed out to me several trees
that probably have become invasive in Calvin's yard and have moved over to the neighbor's yard.
The neighbor was generously pointing them out to me.
Oh. All right, we're going to take a quick break. 210-308-8867 is the number. 210-308-8867. And call us and tell us gardening gift ideas, or if you have a question about something that you've planted and you want to brag a little bit. How's your broccoli doing?
Vegetable garden, flower garden.
Talk about that.
They're all going spectacular.
All right, I've got another idea I want to throw at you in a second for Christmas gifts. But back in a moment with more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery, 1604 on Boulevardy Road on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Our phone number 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We're here with Mark Peterson, Dr. Calvin Finch, and talking gardening. Want to hear what's going on in your gardening world. Did James make the, what did he make? He was making the onions for something. I forget what he made. Okay. I want to know how it turned out. He was using the green onions. And we have onions here. Would that make a nice Christmas gift?
Oh gosh, yeah. No, but they would make a very
a stocking stuffer.
Important.
No.
Well, it's kind of an interesting. If your person that you're buying a gift for is a gardener, there's eight varieties of there's yellows and reds and white onions, including the our red Creole that we like, and
you and I like
1035
and the 10 what's it 1015Y is the new one.
But they are kind of interesting. They're $2.99. They're inexpensive, and they've got you get a lot of onions. You can make about. If you got 8-foot rows, you can make about 2.5 rows with each bundle for $3.
Yeah.
And they're easy to grow.
They're very healthy. Onions are very healthy for you.
And they're so
yes, they are.
Most of them are mild, although not all of them.
Some of them, the ones, and some of them kind of a sweet onion.
Yeah.
Is that the mild? Is it the same thing?
Yeah. In my definition, it is, but you can be pretty. When you got 8 varieties, you can be pretty subtle in the differences.
Yeah. But what was the one that we found that was similar to the Whataburger onion?
Red Cayenne, the red Creole.
Red Creole, I think was right. Yeah.
So
it makes you cry.
Somebody could call in and tell me which one is it's the most oniony. Is it the red Creole, or is there the white? Or what is more? Is it white?
Yep.
Or is yellow the most oniony, most pungent?
Give us your onion opinion. 210-308-8867.
Either red or yellow.
I always thought yellow, too.
Except for the 1015 is yellow, too.
That's sweet, right?
Yeah.
So 210-308-8867. Chalmette Burt. I bet Chalmette Burt has some onion opinions.
Yeah. Is he online right now? No! You said have him call us.
Yeah, he'll call us.
I thought it was magic that he was already on the line and we're talking about that. I bet Bert does know.
I just mentioned when on my way to get a cup of coffee there, I was looking at the poinsettias. There's a ton and Christmas cactus.
Yeah, there was all different colors. So there's red and there's a little pinky one that I thought was really cute as well.
The cactus? Or
the Christmas cactus. There's a traditional red color like this. My coffee cup. And there was a little lighter pink one I thought was rather unique as well. I really do love them. I really do love Christmas cactus.
And poinsettia, I mean, you can, if you are, you don't even have to be super careful, but if you just follow some simple rules on growing them in the house, they'll last for a year plus.
Yeah.
I have some of mine that have lasted longer because my the lady that helps me cleaning the house, she has taken a liking to them, and she.
You can find them on the south side of town in little sheltered areas. I mean, as a perennial. And very nice. I found one on one of the greenways.
Oh, really?
All of a sudden, turning a corner, and I went, "Oh, that's very strange."
Yeah,
I know that leaf.
Did you get any color on yours yet, or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any left, but I had one that lasted 2 years. Yeah, I had one that lasted 2 years. I They took it home. She had developed this affection for it.
Okay.
And
it was an adoption.
I saw the look she gives it every time she came, and so I thought that would be I bet she would appreciate
a
longing look.
She'll have to give us a call and tell us her secrets for keeping the poinsettias going.
She does not have the same look for my West Island Terrier.
Oh. You wouldn't give her one of those.
Oh, no.
Okay. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. And then, do you want to talk about poinsettia care?
Yes. Well, in the old days, it was tougher than it is now. But you want to avoid putting it in the direct sun. You want to avoid putting it by the heat vents, air conditioning vents.
Yeah. Oh, that may be what we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they need the water. They're not a xeriscape plant.
Nope.
But you put them. You like to have them where they can be showy and display.
Mm-hmm.
So you put them on cabinets or in the hallways, and then what you can do is you can water them, but once a week you bring them and put them in the sink and soak them. But in between, you probably want to go ahead and do that the ice trick.
There you go.
Ice cube trick.
I was going to say,
what's the ice cube trick?
Hey.
If
you go to gardenstylesanantonio.com and go in the article archives,
yes,
and you put in holiday plant care, there's a couple of articles that come up.
Who wrote those?
Me.
Oh.
Anyway, so I headed down to a science. So if you had a 6-inch pot across, it was 4 to 6 ice cubes daily. If you had an 8-inch, it was 6 to 12, and if you had one more, it was I guess it was 12 or more on that. But then it also said, just what Calvin just mentioned, every so often you need to take it to the sink and really soak it well.
Because the ice cubes, you're using just enough.
It's like drip irrigation.
To wet the root, but you don't want the water running out on your furniture or anything. And so that's why you have to do the once a week
soaking.
And I have additional care in that. I talk about the poinsettias, the amaryllis, and the Christmas cactus.
Okay.
So anybody who wants to do a little intelligent reading.
Gardening style.
Yeah.
Is it SA or San Antonio? Gardening.
It's under both.
Okay.
So Sauce was very knowledgeable, and they did both.
That was smart.
They bought both. But
the
easiest thing because there's over 700 articles, half of them were written by me, but I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, it's impressive.
But the easiest way to get to those is you put in the question in the little question box, and you say the topic you want.
Oh, topic.
And I did it 2 weeks ago when Karen was on, just in case, and I wrote holiday plant care, and then you have like I said, about 4 to 6 different articles written by different members of the SAW staff.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a good resource. And then I'd be interested too, asking for reports. I've seen really tall poinsettias. You said you recognize the leaf, but I don't know if you plant them outside or keep them outside, if they'll color up again with our natural lighting.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. I'm not saying not ever, but the lighting, because that's what they do in nature.
Right.
But where we probably have too much ambient street light or ambient light or ambient home light and things like that.
Okay.
They probably have to have very dark start. So if you had one at home planted out, yeah, you just take a big box and put it on at 6 o'clock at Wheel of Fortune, and take it off in the morning when you watch CBS morning news.
Cool.
We have an intern here.
Yeah. So 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Do you have time to talk about the Christmas cactus and what you do to keep that going? Because your mom's the expert.
Yeah. Well, now you have to know, back in Michigan, and we didn't have any sunlight from November 1st to May 1st. So it was easier to take care of in that regards. Here we have a little bit more sunlight. So basically about 4 to 6 weeks out. Now in the article I say you may have to start your preparation on September 22nd. And that would be, Milton, what's September 22nd?
Is that the solstice?
Yeah, that's the equinox.
Equinox. Okay.
Yeah. But I think October 1st would be a good time. So you start diminishing your watering, your care a little bit, and you put the big box on top.
Okay.
And then around this time, you take the box off, and you're getting in. I'd say box, but you're reducing the amount of ambient light. But you don't have to do a whole lot. But the main thing to think about Christmas cactus is it's not a cactus from the arid area. It's a jungle cactus that grows in the crotches of trees and rocks and things like that. So it likes to be moist but not wet. Remember? That's my rule. Moist but not wet.
So do you have any special
I have a phrase that I learned from somebody as water weekly but weekly.
Okay.
So it's basically you're diluting liquid fertilizer by 4, and and you're using that, but once every 2 weeks or so. So it's a very, very weak fertilizer.
Cool. And then just enjoy it and let it grow and
we talked about amaryllis yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit.
So they're not hard. They're just you just have to remember that when you want them to start blooming, you have to do a little preparation beforehand.
Oh, okay.
And all the rules and the amount of water and everything, and when and if you apply some darkness, they're all in the article.
And then James, what was James's issue?
James was growing amaryllis.
Yeah.
Hadn't started yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Calvin is right. Is the flower stalk does appear before the leaves do? So I went back. I was saying that the leaves appeared before the flower stalk. Technically, the flower stalk appears before the leaves.
And it's kind of sneaks up on you. That's why both Mark and I told James that, he's wondering why there's no action there.
No, it literally is. And I kind of joked. I said it's like overnight. But I wasn't far from that. You'll see a little nub. It has a little stalk with a little flower on top of it, and you may see it just a little showing in the morning, and at night, and the next morning you'll.
And if the bulb is healthy and solid, then that's a good indication that it's going to be successful eventually.
Okay.
But they're pretty tough.
Good, and I've seen them in the neighborhood, people who have grown them, and they're pretty tall at that point. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. While we do, give us a call. The number, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Of course, you can come visit us at 1604 and Boulevardy Road. That's Millburgers Nursery. And we'll take a break. You're listening to 9:30 a.m. This is The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck along with Mark Peterson, Dr. Calvin Finch, and Tripp has called us at 210-308-8867. Tripp, what's going on? How can we help you today?
Okay, so about when we were talking about monarchs, about 3 weeks ago, I went up to that lavender field in Luling, and
all right.
there were a lot of monarchs up there.
That 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of, that's when we, kind of the weather broke at that point, too.
Yeah, and then I came back, and after I had talked to y'all about what should I do with my milkweed, and about cutting it back, then the monarch showed up, and I was like, oh, boy. So now the milkweed, it's tropical, it's going to seed. So should I just cut them all back now, or?
Well, you can. It depends on if the seed will germinate if you want to harvest it, or
Right.
you can just or you can just cut it back, or you can let it just drop.
No
Okay. Problem.
Yeah, because I know
we're still seeing a few.
A few here every now and then. Not today.
Today we didn't.
Too
but
windy, too cold,
yesterday we
probably.
did.
How are you seeing any?
Not yet, but I mean they're all in bloom. I hate to cut them back.
Yeah.
Well, we the certified butterfly garden here, the staff manages it, and Mary is in charge, and we brought that up that hers were really just blooming up a storm, and there was no interest in her cutting it back.
No,
Right.
but that's where the controversy comes in.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah,
It really looked good. It looks good with the blooms right now.
yeah. I was listening to y'all last weekend, and you were talking about her, and then the monarch showed up, and
Mm-hmm.
But the blooms are not an issue right now in terms of slowing down the migration, because it's just another nectar source. But the foliage,
Right,
the foliage
that's
is
why I'm
the
leaving
issue.
them out. Yeah, I just hate to cut them back right now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Just enjoy them.
Okay.
All right, so
That-
when
that's all I
is
have
there a
to say,
point that
but-
you would advise him to cut them down?
Well, if Mark and I kind of arrived on the October 1st, and you would cut down the stems with the foliage.
okay.
So what
But he's
you're
beyond that.
trying to do is encourage the monarchs to fly down to the wintering grounds rather than to lay the eggs.
Yeah, I just thought maybe they, needed a little bit more juice to get down there, and I left them up, and so we'll see how it goes. I might leave them up for a little bit, because just in case one or two come through, but they didn't act like they were laying eggs. They acted like they wanted to get a nectar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what we hope. I know that they're on the lantana here, and they're let's see, still some zinnias in some of the gardens, and mist flower, of course.
Yeah, I got mist flower. There's some zinnias out still, and they're floating around. But it was the monarchs. I didn't see any swallowtails or anything else. Plus, it's windy today too.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if the wind was kind of keeping them inactive.
Are you seeing
Right.
any red admirals or queens still?
No.
Yeah, we
None of
saw
them.
yesterday, and I think today with the cool weather and the wind, everything is kind of hiding out.
Yeah,
But,
they might.
I suspect if once the weather modifies a little bit. It won't for a couple of days, but they'll be back.
All right, Trip,
Yeah,
I have... Oh, go ahead.
They'll warm up. But thanks for talking to me, guys.
Well, hang on. I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
We've been talking about, if you've been listening, we've been talking about Christmas gifts for the gardener in your world. Do you have any suggestions that you think? Because some of the listeners have called in, like the electric chainsaw. They like that idea. What do you got? Anything with that?
I still think that since we're going to probably be stuck in the house for a few days and the cold weather's going to come, I like that bird feeder with the camera.
With the what?
With the camera.
Oh, do you have one, or is this a hint? If you know Trip, he's looking for. Trip would really like a bird feeder with a camera in it. I've seen them. As you run around, I've seen them on the specials on them too. So that'd be fun. You can send us pictures of the birds you get.
Yeah, I might have to get me a butterfly one too, so I can build me a little thing with rocks and water in it.
What a great idea!
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Trip.
Now you can't.
Okay.
I've seen some gardeners that have 3 or 4 of them. Of course, you can be like Steve Brown and have one for your bat house and never have anything except a couple of wasps show up.
Say hornets or wasps.
Yeah, I'm over here in the Bronx Station area, and I have a Westie also.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, a squirrel hunter.
What? How big is he?
He's 15 pounds. He's a year old.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
They seem wonderful.
His name's Piper.
I'll tell Tilly and Darcy about him.
Yeah, we'll have to have a play date here at the nursery.
Yeah, say Piper said hi.
Oh,
All right, will do.
Okay. Take care of Piper.
Thanks,
we'll talk to you soon again. Thanks for calling.
All
right. Beth is on the line at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Beth, welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. How are you?
I'm doing great. I have a question for Calvin.
Okay.
I was gifted a few hundred zinnia seeds, and I know I'm going to plant them in the spring, but I need some hints. I need to know the best way. Can I just throw them out arbitrarily because I have so many? Some will bound to, catch on.
What
would be the best way to
zinnias?
Zinnia
seeds. Yeah.
Well, you can do it a couple of ways. You can plant them in nice rows, and you don't bury them very far, but you just make an indentation and press them in. But I generally, because I quite often collect the seed from the plants that brown up. I do a lot of just the throwing around. If I'm buying seed from the nursery, in the seed packets, then I'm a little more careful with it. I just put it in the rows. And both of them, the zinnias are great germinators. They will come March if it's warm enough, and certainly in April they'll germinate quickly.
Okay, so the best time to plant them would be April.
Well, unless you want to start them in containers, then you could start them a month early.
Okay, March, container, and very little soil, and they'll just start blooming, and they need full sun, right?
Yeah, they do need full sun to prosper and bloom.
And do you wet the soil first? Is that what you would suggest, or?
Yeah, I mean that always works best, but they'll wait until the soil moisture and the soil temperature is adequate, and then they'll germinate.
Okay.
Then stand back; they're ready for action.
Oh, really good. Okay, Beth, do you have a gardening Christmas gift that you're looking for?
Let's see, gardening pots.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, there's pots on sale here.
Yeah, we do have some pots on sale.
$2 a piece.
Because your plants grow and you need to transplant them into bigger pots or, separate them or whatever. Pots are always good.
What about like a garden gnome? Would you enjoy that?
I would love a garden gnome. They are so cute.
Okay.
Yes.
I was just checking.
There was some cackling in the background.
Yeah, I heard that cackling too. I wonder what that was about.
Was that was not one of those pink flamingos, was it?
I don't know. Could have been.
No, we
probably-
already have those.
She's probably driving around with a gnome in the car. It was just probably the gnome laughing. Well, cool.
We like gnomes. Okay.
Who doesn't? All right.
I know.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
Thank you, Beth.
Bye, Beth.
Thank
All right.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, pots are a good idea, too, because you can get lots of decorative pots. And
Well, these are nice and light.
Yeah.
They'd be ideal for that transition.
Well, we have
Yeah.
all here. We all kinds.
We're talking
here.
about the plastic ones for $250.
We have the plastic ones,
Let me
and
see
then
what
we have
those-
the heavier, what's that, terracotta ones, and
Yeah.
Talaveras, and all the kinds of here.
I'm trying to. I'll get you the description of the.
all different shapes and sizes. Yeah, I think we had the 10-inch something pot,
so
which were lightweight plastic.
I've gone to millburgernursery.com. It is looks like the Con Saturn Deco pot,
That's
10
the one.
inches. Normally $6.99. It's on sale for $250. Limit of 5 per customer. Yeah, but I bought some the other day too, so maybe I can buy Beth some. I know Beth. That's why I was.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I know Beth. That's why I was joking about the gnome.
Oh.
Yeah. So 210-308.
So do you know who is cackling in the background?
I have my suspicions.
Oh, okay.
210-308-8867. 210-308-8867, the number to call. Yeah, it's fun to find out from our listeners what they would like, and that was interesting with Trip and stuff. But I do like the idea of the pots. I thought that, the decorative stuff could be nice.
Well, or, of course, you can always fall back on the gift certificates.
Oh, that's what I was going to start talking about that, too. So you want me to start you on that, or you want to just...
go ahead.
So, Millburgers has gift certificates, and every year it's a great idea to give the gardener in your world a gift certificate, and I'll do my reason why, and I think Calvin kind of agrees with me, but he might have other reasons too, and that is every gardener wants something different. And so to make it easier on yourself and to let them pick the gift they want, you can get a gift certificate from Millburgers. And just give it to them. Plus, too, for instance, maybe they love. Let me pick something out. What's some summer color? Zinnias.
Oh.
They love zinnias, and you're not going to be able
thinking
to.
of the citrus. For
Okay, citrus is a good one too. But hang on.
Yeah.
So this will just give the idea. They like the citrus and they like the zinnias. Well, you can't get zinnias now. So, but if they have the gift certificate, they can get the zinnias when the zinnias are in stock. And talk about the citrus, too. You talk about citrus.
Well, the citrus is always a favorite plant here for backyard growing. They're so attractive, and they're evergreen. And then the blooms have a nice fragrance. So we've got quite a variety, too. Mm-hmm. My favorite are the limes and the lemons. But they also are the most cold sensitive. So if you're going to get those, you want to get you probably want to grow them in a container, and then you want to have an opportunity to move them to the cover them, or to move them to the greenhouse. But then there's the other ones that are really do pretty well with even in this cold weather are the satsumas.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of choices of satsumas. What mark our favorite two are.
I like the Arctic Frost and Orange Frost, but we have all different kinds of varieties here that are all very good. We got Miho and Awari, and I don't think we have Mary's Kikitsu, but we
boy,
have
that would tasted good.
Oh, it did.
No seeds.
Yeah, I was like. I'll have to look for this. But it's an older variety, as she said. But it was really tasty. I like the mandarins. Plus the fact that they're cold resistant.
Well, there's a grapefruit that does pretty well on the cold weather, too, and I can't remember the name. I never can.
Season something.
Oh.
No.
Okay, I'll look for it.
No, wait. I got it. I got it
Mark
real
has
handy.
it. Okay.
I get it.
While Mark looks, do sparrows, are those brown sparrows, and do they like milkweed? Because they have just flown in and landed on the milkweed.
They are looking for seeds, and they may be also getting, if there's any aphids in there, they might get.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
But they're not much of an insect eater.
Okay,
but they don't pass up anything especially when there's cool weather like this.
Did you find it?
Yeah, bloom sweet.
Bloom
That's
sweet.
it.
That's
Hell
it.
I love that
what
one.
I was thinking of with seasonal was the grape one. That's summer sensation, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe grape. Southern surprise. Boy, I'm not even close on any of these today.
Oh well.
But that's the white grape that's recommended as well.
Okay.
You know.
And
what,
we had the sweet. The what was it? The
Bloom sweet.
Bloom sweet was a little sweeter, not as tart maybe as the.
Rio Red.
Yeah.
So it was tartar than the Rio Red, but certainly sweeter than what we traditionally think of grapefruit.
Well, plus it does well in our climate,
Right.
our situation here.
So
I really liked it. It was a good one. Now we talked about the poinsettia and Christmas cactus. Another plant that you can really make an impression with, and is cyclamen, because they'll do fine in the house too as a Christmas gift, like when you're going to visit some relatives or some folks that you bring.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, bring them and we got that new pink color that would really impress.
Yeah, I don't
folks
know
in
that
the house.
that you and I were talking about that. I don't know that we've seen that pink before.
No, it's
really
got
pretty.
A bit of a two-tone without distinctive two-tone. It's got kind of blend. Very nice. But we talk about cyclamen being relatively expensive.
Yeah.
But when you compare it to poinsettias or even Christmas cactus, it's a pretty very reasonable, and they will in the house. They will last forever and bloom a long period.
Okay.
They kind of my wife and I experimented with them, and they just got bigger and bigger and more blooms, and they really prospered when you put them like on the east, of course, to the sliding glass doors on the east side. Yeah, so they
want morning sun.
That's kind of and the colors are so intense that they really make an impression on. If you go visit somebody, they'll be spend all their time admiring the.
How about watering care?
They
moist,
are,
not wet, still, or that's
they're
Christmas
they're
cactus.
Certainly, in the same league with Christmas.
Okay.
Cactus. But. Now, the other thing we haven't talked much about are the violas and the pansies.
All right, well, hang on to that thought. We'll talk about them right after our break. But give us a call, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We have more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery, 1604 on Boulevardy Road on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson talking gardening with you at 210-308.
Okay?
I don't know. I just swallowed wrong. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Those people got they got some beautiful poinsettias. They're putting them in their truck. All right. So you wanted to talk about violas, and then I have another weird question for you and some other ideas for gardening right now and great Christmas gifts.
Well, pansies and violas are kind of the premier Christmas plant in terms because they're probably the most cold tolerant. We never think about covering the pansies. to protect them from the cold, and they last quite a long time into the spring. Now they also have a bit of a shade tolerance. You don't want to you don't want to overdo it.
They
bloom a lot less if there's shade, but they can put up with it, and the foliage is quite attractive too. Mark, I've never had
I cut you off?
problem with them.
Okay.
Am I on?
You're on.
Okay.
They grow low like primula, but the slugs and snails don't seem to bother them much.
That's why I think I like the violas for that reason. They're versatile, adaptable to lots of sites, and they don't have a whole lot of pests. And I like that. You could put them under a deciduous tree, like maybe a red oak or something like that. So not a whole lot of shade, but mostly sun.
And then when the
when the sun comes,
when the sun moves in the sky, as you get near spring too, sometimes they get access to more sun, and then just more blooms.
Yeah.
But they also do a great job in small containers in the full sun. When where if you have trouble, say darn that it gets so hot and on that sunny spot, that violas are a good choice for that position.
All right,
or they can take the cold.
210-308-8867. 210-308-8867.
I think they're on sale too.
James, nope, they're for sale.
They're
which ones? The violas?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes, they are. The violas are. I don't know why. I knew what you were talking about, but I heard cyclamen. All right, James is on the line at 210-308-8867. James, welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. How you doing?
Fine. Hey, I picked up 3 of those violas when I picked up my onion sets. I just love those little flowers. Those are so neat.
Yeah.
What color did you get?
I always try to. It's a mix. It's the white, the yellow, and the purple. I think maybe a little yellow. Did I say yellow? Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow and the purple are pretty classic.
The white mixed together. Yeah, I like that. I like that one when I can find them. Yeah, I put them in a pot in the entryway, and they get sun, and they're doing good. Hey, listen, I'm fixing to give my Satsuma a deep drink because it's overdue. So we can't seem to get any rainfall. So I was thinking before I put the sprinkler to it and let it soak thoroughly, is now a good time or not to fertilize? Or when is the ideal time to fertilize Satsuma?
I wouldn't do it now.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to check before I watered it real deeply. Okay.
No, I generally do it in February. But
yeah, that's what I was going to say. February is usually the month we do it. February, because they're ready. Maybe even March, but usually February.
Yeah, they're ready in March. They're ready to start growing.
But I like your thinking. We haven't had our fall rains, and so it's probably good, and particularly for you, you're down on the sand, right? So a good soaking would be advisable at this period of time.
Yeah, I'm going to do it today in just a few minutes. Yeah, I was looking at it. It still looks good, but it needs some water. So I'll give it a good drink. And there was something else I was going to ask, but it escapes me. But I guess that was it. I do appreciate it.
I'll ask you a question, and then maybe the other question will come to you. Were you the caller that was going to use the onions, I think you said, to make something? What were you making with the onions?
You had some spare ones.
Yeah, I had just 2 leftover onions that started growing tops, and so I want to eat them. I don't want to just throw them away, and I don't have a compost pile, a formal one per se. So I was going to make some chicken and dumplings, but
that's right.
If you're married and you have a spouse like I do, your plans get changed with no notice. So my plans were changed.
Okay.
You're on your own, James.
I was going to say, careful, sir.
Okay. Did you think of your other question?
No, I did not.
No,
But I was
shucks.
wondering about the Satsuma. So it's probably mid-February. Used the 1959 on the Satsuma.
Oh yeah, with the 1959 is a good one because you'll get that initial blast, and then you'll get some lingering or some more nitrogen through the early spring, summer.
All righty. Thank you, James. 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. I was kind of looking around and for gardening ideas and stuff like that, and they mentioned, this is just kind of Googling it, and they mentioned to be careful if, giving plants is good, but don't give Christmas plants that are invasive to your area. Do we have any plants that would be problematic that you would give? Like,
I don't think anybody's going to give. Here's a piece of Bermuda sod.
well, no, like they mentioned mistletoe and
mistletoe.
Mistletoe's not invasive.
Oh, it's not? Okay,
not to our area.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
It's not invasive, but it's all over the place.
There are some that are invasive. We mentioned Chinese pistache potential. We mentioned your Texas lilac.
Oh, okay.
So in some places.
Some places. So you got to be a little careful about it.
You got your disgustrum. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, but though you wouldn't normally give ligustrum as a Christmas present, would you?
No.
Okay.
How about your Ruellia? The full-size
the Mexican petunia, the full size one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you don't want to do that.
Okay, but I like that one.
I know they're beautiful.
I know.
I wish they wouldn't.
I wish it weren't true, but yeah.
I just wish they weren't invasive as much as they are.
But they are pretty.
Yeah.
And they just to talk. Maybe you can tell me whether the other Ruellia will do just as well. They take a beating. They are just hunkered down now because there was no rain.
What's that?
This is
the Mexican petunia,
the big Ruellia.
The big.
It looks horrible. But the first rain that comes, or if we water the yard, they just perk right up and.
And they're not partial to this kind of weather either. Especially the upright ones. Our dwarf ones seem to be much more tolerant of the cool weather like this.
So, like you're saying this.
Oh, okay.
The reason they're hunkered down is they don't like the cold. Or they're not tolerant of the cold.
All righty.
But it's good advice.
And since we're talking about Christmas gifts, I'll mention one more idea.
No kudzu. That would be
okay.
Yeah. No
what
Christmas kudzu.
When you mentioned the indoor thing, I thought you were going to go with Phalaenopsis orchids. What's that?
Excuse you.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, and they would make a great Christmas gift too.
I wonder if they're blooming now.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to check or ask one.
I was going to say is whoever is working in the greenhouse, that's probably where they're located.
But once they do start blooming, they'll be in bloom for 3 to 5 months, and they're another one that you want with exposure to light, but not direct light.
Okay.
Ours really did well in the kitchen windows. Of course, it made it tough to wash the dishes and do any cooking because that was the ideal spot was where the most of the kitchen action was.
Oh.
But gosh, they were so beautiful and blue and so interesting to have there when they're in full bloom.
And if they are blooming now, how long would you expect them to?
Well, 3 to 5 months.
Yeah. So
and the neat thing is, they have no roots.
Oh, that is neat. I didn't know they had no roots.
They're bromeliads. So they're this little bark, some bark chips and a little moss.
Yeah, it's kind of a challenging to a lot of gardeners because they plant them in that lumps of stuff, and then
they want to
put some water in there once a week, and they seem to prosper.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We haven't talked about winter vegetables today. You want to kind of talk about what folks can plant? I was joking with someone about the broccoli, but but broccoli's.
I don't believe we had very few broccoli last couple of days, so I don't know if it's there. But we still have cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. Of course, we have lots of greens, lots of lettuce. We have
some Swiss chard.
Swiss chard is what I was trying to get out. Thanks, Calvin. Some collards, some mustard greens.
Some of those Chinese cabbage related.
Cabbage were out there. Still don't have any spinach. We're kind of disappointed in that, but.
And of course, we mentioned the onions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess we don't want to have to start thinking about. We talked about February 1st as kind of a deadline to get the broccoli planted. February 1st is when we start thinking about potatoes.
Oh, wow.
That's why my eyes got really wide and bright, because I knew that's what he was going to say. Potatoes.
What kind of potatoes can we grow?
Any kind.
What kind of prep should I do now for my February potato planting?
Well, not really. What you I trench. I go down a foot if I can, or a lot of us with raised beds, you can only go down 6 or 8 inches, and then you mound on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the symbol
works,
is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mounding.
That's the international symbol for mounding?
Yeah.
So then you plant into that trench, and you, as the plants come up, you add more soil to it, and then you can start harvesting when you get they'll start to bloom. You get the new potatoes, or you can wait until the plants brown, and then you harvest what's left. You don't want to leave. Well, I was going to say you don't want to leave them in our spring when it's raining, but I don't remember it raining because they will. And if you got a heavy soil, they will rot when the soil is moist or wet. Not moist is not good. Wet, soggy. Yeah, you don't want soggy soil. And, although, Mark, I was saying in Minnesota and Michigan, the peat, you can grow potatoes in pretty well.
I thought people talked about hay,
but we
too.
grow the best in the common one is Kalkaska sand and almost pure sand. So that's where we're going. I don't know in the Red River Valley, whether are they growing them there or they're growing beets.
Red River?
Yeah.
Well,
up north. Yeah.
They used to grow a lot of potatoes, but sugar beets.
Yeah, I was going to say that's sugar beet country, isn't it?
And they're growing. For a while, they were growing sunflower. I don't know if they're still growing sunflower.
Anyway, in the sands we can do potatoes.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We've got Chalmette Burt on the line, but we're going to take a quick break so we can give him plenty of time to talk. So we'll be right back right after this on 9:30 a.m. This is The Answer. Back to Milton's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Go right to the phone lines at 210-308-8867. Where Chalmette Burt's on the line. What you say, Bert?
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Nice and chilly today.
Yes.
A good day for it.
Yes, I'm just reorganizing in my pantry and just getting ready. They were just talking these rolling blackouts. So I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared. Yeah, but as you say,
to talk about the grid. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You know, they keep coming up with it, like I guess to scare people. But like I said, I was a Boy Scout, and I grew up in New Orleans area, Hurricane Alley. So we always bought two of everything in stock, just to be safe. It's just the way it is.
Smart.
But as for onions, I have a preference. Yellow onions I usually cook with, except for the Vidalia or a sweet onion, which I eat them like an apple. White onions seem to be good for either salad or cooking. Now, the red onions I just use strictly for salads.
Okay, so the red onion, though, is that more pungent?
Sometimes they're sweet, but yes, they are. They add a bit of a kick because I make one with like arugula and spinach, and then I take the red onions and some mandarin slices and put them in there and make a raspberry vinaigrette and put it over it.
Yeah, I that's what I have, and then I add some pecans, some little pecans. Well, that's my favorite salad.
Oh, it's great, and it's light, and for wintertime, it's really good too because that little red onion, it bites back a little bit. But that's what I always, wherever I come and wherever I live, the first things I always put in is alliums, the edible ones. Technically, they're all edible. They don't taste that great, some of them. And peppers, both sweet and hot, and then aloe vera. That's just my, that goes into the ground first.
Okay.
All right, and 2 suggestions for your Christmas presents, which I have mine in front of me. I just got it. It's called a Perwin Nori Nori. And this son of a gun it weighs about a pound, and it's made of the same metal as a good machete that we were issued when I was in the Army.
What were you using machete for in the Army?
Well, when I went to Panama, it was very essential.
Oh.
Okay.
But the other one is a garden weasel. For those of us, I'm not a big power machine guy in the yard. It's like the Nori Nori. I got garden weasel with the 3 tines, and the garden weasel with the claw. You know,
is that the one that wiggles a little bit? You put it in the soil and it digs it up.
No, you gotta use your upper body strength. You jam it into the ground and you twist it. It's got 4 tines, about the size of two number 2 pencils put together. That's how thick the tines are, and they're curved. So when you twist, you get it works. Loosens up the soil, and then you go over it with the 3 tines.
Yeah. That sounds like a tool that I would definitely recommend for San Antonians.
Well, you know, if you're going to use hand tools, you don't need to go to an athletic club. You don't need to go work out. You get your workout in your yard.
There you go. I like that.
And the last thing, last week y'all were talking about composting, or was it yesterday? I was outside in and out because it was so nice. I was doing yard work. But what I do is I got like a 3-gallon food-grade bucket, and it's a squat 3-gallon. It takes the same lid as a 5-gallon bucket. So I just got a gamma lid on it. Do you know what a gamma lid is?
No.
It fits over it, but it unscrews. Now that I got from the prepper site. It's just so you don't have to keep you pop the ring on it just like you would a 5-gallon bucket lid, but it's very heavily structured, so it's made for use, and it unscrews almost totally from rim to rim. It's maybe the whole diameter, but it's easy to get in and out. So I keep that. And I just keep the compost. I dump everything in, all my kitchen scraps. If there's extra soup, I dump that in, and I seal, and it's sealed. So there's no smell, no aroma, no fungus flies, and no fruit flies. Or I guess you call them fungus gnats.
And you aerate it?
And then I just dump it out at the end of the week.
Do you have to aerate it?
Pardon me?
Oh, I didn't know if you had to aerate it because it was compost. You just take the lid off. And
that's the other thing that I was going to say, because it's in liquid. If anybody mixes soil like I do sometimes, mix my own, I got that's the only power tool I usually use is a drill, a 3/4 drill. And I got 2 paint mixers that hook up to the end of the drill, one for a 5-gallon and one for a smaller. And then I put those in when I'm mixing up dirt, and that's what I do also before I dump the compost. I'll put it in on high speed and blend it all up. And then, so I don't know if anybody's ever tried that before or heard of it. When I saw it, I was like, wow, I got to mix up paint with this. Let me get another one and use it for compost and for dirt.
Sounds like he's making a salad. You don't get your salad and your compost confused ever, do you?
No. I keep those outside. The salad.
Now Milton has one of those fancy composting, and of course he gets the thing that usually happens on those are that they get clogged up.
Oh,
you gotta keep them actively managing moving the air. And
what you can do too for that. What I found also is like the little mesh bag the onions come in. Put that in. Throw your solids in that, and just as it goes and dump it, keep it in there. Then you can pull it out and just dump the water or the liquid compost tea. And
that would be could be pretty quick.
Well,
cool.
I'm just a big do-it-yourselfer. I see things. I go, oh, I can use this for that. It's not made for that. It's like, well, I'm using it for that.
Good ideas. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right.
Y'all have a great.
Stay warm.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. And well, we're not worried about you and rolling blackouts. You're taken care of. All right, 210-308-8867. Sharon is on the line at 210-308-8867. Hi, Sharon. Welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. How you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Good. What's going on?
I have that's my orange tree, mandarin tree. Probably it's close to 10 years old, but it has fruit for the first time this year.
What kind is it?
Tell us what kind it is again, Sharon. You kind of broke up.
Well, it's mandarin orange.
Oh, cool.
But, I know it's one of them that will take more cold. I don't know which one. I have both of them, I think. But I do on one of them. For the first time, I have fruit. I've got about 10 on there, but they are just now beginning to turn orange. How long can I leave them on the tree?
Well, as long as the temperatures don't get below freezing, well, even the fruit won't be affected, and unless it gets low temperatures. But a lot of times, if they're starting to show any color, they'll finish ripening. But I would just leave them until I wouldn't start worrying about it until 28 or 27 degrees or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So lemons, we do the same thing. Unless it's getting real cold, we'll just leave them on the tree.
So then they'll finish. The longer I leave them, the better riper they'll be. Because I didn't even know I had them until this fall. I didn't. I knew I had blooms, but I didn't know I had fruit.
Yeah,
and,
the one disadvantage of leaving them on there is that the tree, the leaves and the stems is with the fruit on there is generally less cold tolerant than it would be with the fruit harvested. So that's one consideration. If they if they project that you're going to have freezing temperatures in 2 weeks, then you probably want to harvest.
So it's better for the tree to get them off.
A little bit. It's not a major issue, but it is a minor issue.
Okay. Well, I'm just watching them right now to see, and I wanted to know, how long I could leave them, how safe it was to leave them.
Did you grow it from seed? Is that why it took 10 years?
No, this is one that Saws gave away. Wasn't Saws, it was...
it was Parks and Rec.
That darn Saws, huh?
No, it wasn't us. It was Parks and Rec on one of the Jams events.
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
Well, don't worry, mine hasn't grown or hasn't produced any fruit.
My tree is doing, and it had no water this year. Well, it did. It did get some water because we had to pump out water. But I have not watered it. I just kind of let it take care of itself because I wasn't able to get out there and water it. But every other year I watered it like every other day. But this year I didn't, and I guess it thought it was going to die, so it had to put off fruit.
Well, I'm glad you got 10. That's a good number. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how they are when I harvest them.
Oh, have
Sounds
faith.
good.
They're Satsuma. Have faith. They're going to be really good.
Okay.
All righty.
You said it.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to hold you to it.
You call Mark back.
Yeah. I'll let,
Right.
if
Yes,
they don't
ma'am.
turn out good, I'll let you know, Mark.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Sharon. All right.
Thank you.
That'll free up a
Bye-bye.
line. If get in real quick at 210-308-8867. She brought up freezing temperatures. You brought up a little earlier about an idea for Christmas gift. It's not, the most romantic gift, but it can certainly help gardeners out.
Which one? Which one of my loving gifts?
The Insulate, because of the freezing.
The Insulate,
Yeah.
yes. We have it here in a big roll where you can cut your own length or size that you need. And then we also have it in packages pre-cut. I do not know how big the pre-cut is, but it's in a package, so it's ready to go.
That's something you might get for somebody that's doing a new cyclamen bed or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And
So, particularly with the wind, that is an enemy of cyclamen. So, you may want to take that and cover your cyclamen up. Be sure to cover the edges.
So it's
or
really
weight down the edges.
It works. Yeah, it works neat if you've got some bricks to store right by it, or some rock, or even some 2x4s or something that you can weigh
That's
it
easy,
down.
yeah.
Some real 2x4s, not this modern 2x4. They're
No,
not
I
really
don't know the
2x4s.
difference.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Measure sometime.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's an interesting idea. We have got about a couple minutes left. Anything else we want to tackle in terms of Christmas gifts?
Well, I just
We don't want to. Do we want to? There's Mary there. Do we want to see if she if the phalaenopsis is blooming?
Oh, I don't know if we'll have enough time. We can
Okay.
do it for next week.
But anyway, just water hoses, wands, Christmas decorations, chimeneas. We already talked about the pots. We have lots of Christmas decorations, by the way. And, of course, plants.
Mm-hmm.
Plants on sale. Plants for sale.
Gift certificates.
That's I already got a gift certificate.
Oh, okay. You got some for some people?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Okay, so lots of good ideas.
And if you're going to visit folks, carry one of the cyclamen with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll appreciate it. They'll love the color. Wow.
And let's give them a little tease about your article next week, because it's a good one for the new year coming up.
Yeah, the article next week will be on potential issues for gardeners to get involved with. New Year's resolutions, if you're looking for some. Because if you're a successful gardener, you're ideally situated to use that knowledge of the environment, and you also have the knowledge of the civic situation, social situation, and contribute to the community. There's a lot of issues that we can list, and we'll talk about them next week.
Very cool. And where will they find that article?
In the Express News or in the Austin American Statesman, and that'll be next Saturday.
Okay.
And, of course, it always appears in the Internet the day before, I guess.
MySA.com. And the website that Mark brought up was
GardenStyleSanAntonio.com or GardenStyleSA.com.
Alrighty, and of course, Milberger's website is MilbergerNursery.com. So there you go, MilbergerNursery.com. You can find about sale items. Calvin's got some events coming up. You can find out about those and more. Thanks to Al for doing a great job, and of course, thanks to you for listening. We're back here at Milberger's next week.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. 1604 on Boulevardy Road, and of course on 938.